Let's this is a movie review. Okay. I don't know, I might go out tonight, but it's like fucking raining out. So I'm like, it's a short walk to the bar. I usually hang out at this nightclub I usually hang out on tonight. But it's kind of fucking started raining, and I'm just like, it's already like fucking 11. I don't know. So I'm just making videos, and drinking some hard Mountain Dew. Um, this movie, Morbius, is fucking crap. The only reason you should watch this movie is to know that it sucks. Okay? I feel like if you if you make a movie about a vampire superhero, like basically a vampire vigilante killer, um, you should not be able to do it unless you are a big fan of vigilante killer movies or vampire movies. Like, what the fuck? The person that made this shit, the people that made this shit are as a fucking morons. They're fucking morons. What the fuck is this shit? Here, let me go on my fucking rant. I want to fucking rant on this shit. I'm gonna rant on this shit. It's gonna be an amusing video. I'm gonna fucking rant on this. See me go crazy on YouTube. Okay? A fucking vampire vigilante movie that sucks. Like, this shit fucking sucks, man. Morbius. I mean, not that I have never thought about sexually about, Jared Leto, and not that I wouldn't want to see him in a movie, and not that I wouldn't want to see him as a vampire or anything. But god fucking damn it! Good idea, kind of good idea. Terrible execution. Like, what the fuck? Okay, so here's the thing. I feel like if you've never been a gothic person or involved with gothic subculture or dark aesthetics, you've never been to a gothic ball, or you've never been to a goth club, you've never been to a vampire ball, you've never been to a fetish ball or something, you've never enjoyed gory vampire movies. Like, you don't love movies like 30 Days of Night or Bram Stoker's Dracula. You can't make a Morbius movie unless you do. How about if you don't love the original Crow from 1984? You should not be near a fucking Morbius movie. Here's my thing. What I think Morbius should have been would be like, you take the original Crow from 1994 and you cross that with the intenseness and goriness and dark, fucked up, like just bloody massacring of people from like 30 Days of Night, and cross those two, holy fuck, that would be a fucking sick ass fucking Morbius movie. No. They made this piece of crap. The storyline follows like the pretty close to like the comic book, story of what it's about. But I feel they just totally missed out on a lot of stuff. So they kept a lot of like dark vibes in some of the scenes, and some cool lighting and some cool cinematography. I kind of feel like the beginning story of his life, or the doctor's life, and how he started out when he was a child with his blood disease, and then later on as a doctor. I kind of feel like they showed a little too much of that, and they should have just went more into the vampire vigilante shit. There wasn't enough gore. I mean, that's just PG-13. PG-13. one of the fucking Marvel movies that definitely should have been rated R, and they made it fucking PG-13. One of my friends has a rant about PG-13 movies, and it's that usually they're fucking bullshit. And I feel like when Marvel makes a lot of these superhero movies, are always PG-13, and they're always like so flashy, like has the computer filter where it's all colorful and fake looking like all the Spider-Man movies. And that's what they did with this. They made it look like the Spider-Man movies, and I can't stand most of those. I hate them. I hate the way they look, that fake, colorful computer glaze over. Like, a movie like Morbius should be really dark and really realistic and really gritty. You know, it should be like the Dark Knight trilogy or the remake of The Batman that was made a few years back, or the original two movies that Tim Burton made of Batman. It should be like, um, the original Crow from 1994, which I mentioned. It should have this very dark, very realistic, intense, urban, gritty, dirty kind of vibe. But it doesn't. It has that glazed over computer, colorful fake thing. What else? There's some fight sequences in this movie that like they're like fighting when they're like jumping through the air in buildings and they're like all over and they're like tumbling and fighting, tumbling and fighting. And can you fucking understand what the fuck is going on? See what's happening? It's like so overly intensified and it's like what the fuck? Oh my fucking god. How to fuck up a fucking vampire movie. And there's like this scene where he's like fighting with this other vampire or some shit, and like there's like these color bursts like coming off of their bodies, like these little aura bursts, and it's like, what the fuck is this shit? And like I watched the movie like I don't know a handful of times, and I don't know if they even show blood on his mouth ever, like coming out of dripping out of there. Like there should be like a lot of gory scenes where he's like gnarly fangs and like blood dripping out of his mouth. And no, he doesn't. He doesn't. And he almost looks like too much like a beast, like an, you know, it doesn't look enough like he should. He doesn't look the way he should. He doesn't look the way he should in the movie. Like he like almost like transforms back and forth, like from the beard into a beast into a beard. It's like fucking Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde type shit. You know, it's like he, you know, it should be like Nosferatu. You know, like the old fucking Nosferatu, like pointy nose, like I have a beak nose. I mean, look at my beak nose. I got a beak nose. I'm pale. You know, fuck, dude. You should have go. See, I like more like. Yeah. I like more like fucking Morbius than Morbius. Fuck, dude. You know, like they should pick some fucking person, make them look like Nosferatu with long black hair, and they're dressed like fucking Brandolini the Crow, like leather or vinyl, like ripped up tight black clothes and buckles and like, you know, like the torn wing flappy things he has in the comics, and just like this gnarly, dark, gothic Nosferatu fucking jumping from building to building, fucking biting people, ripping their fucking flesh out, drinking their blood, and there's blood splatter. But they don't. He like transforms from like, I don't know. They just do it all wrong. What else? Oh, another thing. Here's a big thing. Here's a big fucking thing. Here's a big fucking thing. Like, there's a part where he gets like locked away in prison or whatever. And then he escapes or some shit. And he's running around. He's running around in a fucking prison outfit. Which, like, most places in the United States, at least nowadays, they're like a bright orange. Okay, it makes sense. Um, but yeah, like contextually in the United States in modern times, that makes sense. But in the context of a visually stimulating vampire movie, it does not fucking make sense. Okay, it's not visually appealing to have a vampire in a bright orange suit. Think about this. What did prison outfits used to look like in the United States? What were they? What were prison outfits look like in the United States in the past? They were black and white stripes. Ooh, black and white stripes. That's kind of like a common pattern and kooky thing, like in like gothic kind of styles. Like, like in the Adams family, Pugsley Adams has like a black and white striped shirt, and like Beetlejuice has like a black and white striped suit. Like a lot of goth people wear like black and white stripes. It's like maybe they should have used a black and white striped prison suit on Morbius in a vampire movie because it's visually stimulating in the gothic context that you would expect this movie to be in. But no, they put him in a fucking goddamn fucking orange prison suit because they're fucking morons. What else? Oh, the ending credits. After the movie ends, they kind of have like this weird pattern with like bright purple lights and like a geometric shapes, and it's playing this kind of like techno fucking music. And it looks kind of cool. It's pretty cool, but like I'm looking at it, I'm like, what the fuck does this stupid fucking shape, this techno-y looking pattern, it's like a techno pattern shape, playing with this techno music at the end. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Why is it doing that? And as it like zooms out, you realize that it's like kind of like the shape of the M from Morbius. So it's kind of cool, but like that's not what they should be playing for the credits of a vampire movie. It should be like some dark, atmospheric, creepy music with like haunting choir sounds and like string instruments and like harps and like creepy violins and like some weird creepy keyboards and shit and just like this really dark, haunting ambient, makes your skin crawl, haunting gothic music. But they fucking don't. It's a shitty Marvel movie, like most of the shitty Marvel movies. I love X Men. I love X Men. X Men movies can go on forever, and they should. But it's like a shitty X Men movie. It's like a Spider Man movie, only it's Morbius instead. That's my opinion. And it sucks, and I didn't like it. There wasn't enough vigilante killer, wasn't enough vampire, wasn't enough blood, and visually not stimulating or overstimulating because it's so shaky and crazy, and it's just fucking stupid. On a scale of 1 to 5, I give this movie a 1 because there's some scenes that are visually stimulating or they tried. They had some cool things in it, but they didn't even make the mark by a long shot. If you're ever a gothic person, you're ever a vampire person, you like horror movies, you like vigilante killers, you will not like this movie. On a scale of 1 to 5, I'll give it 1. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'll still give it a fucking 1 because it's crap. You should watch this movie to know it sucks. Because even if I think movies suck, if movies really suck, you should still see it for yourself to know it sucks. But yeah, I didn't buy this, luckily. I just rented it from a library. So, that's my rant on fucking Morbius. Peace and love. Drink blood. This is Lexi's Crusty World. Like, subscribe, hit that bell, leave a comment, and I will comment back to most people since I don't really have any viewers on YouTube. I'm almost at 100. But I'm rambling. This is like 15 minutes already and going to take forever.